Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining me. My name's Angie Hughes. I'm with Producers XL, and I'm pretty excited to have with me today. This is our second round of webinar talking about the RSSA designation. Don't say that too fast, or you're going to miss some of the letters in there. But sometimes, there's things that come across your desk and questions that I get posed to me about have you heard? Have you heard about this? Have you heard about that? Have you guys considered this? And I tell you, kind of sometimes we think when things come to us in threes, it's something you should pause and take a look at. And that's exactly what happened with our SSA. We ended up having one of our agents in Indiana took the course. We had another one bring this to our attention. And then lo and behold, we go to a Medicare conference and we see them there. So I was like, you know what? This is probably something that I think would be incredibly worthwhile to our agent base. I'm a firm believer that you can never stop learning, right? There's always something to learn. And we do a tremendous amount of Medicare business, whether that's a Medicare supplement or a Medicare Advantage with, drug plans and things of that nature. We do long-term care insurance, which now life insurance. But the question so many consumers have is around their Social Security, right? Because we should never negate that that is a form of income. That's an income stream. And so there's a lot of planning, but yet a lot of folks kind of just dabble in, hey, I have a client, they told me this is what was happening, so this must be how Social Security is working. I couldn't be more excited to tell you that there's actually a designation course where you can go out and learn all of the ins and outs of Social Security. And just to kind of brag a little bit on Thomas, I'm a part of a Facebook group, which, by the way, if you aren't aware, there are a lot of Facebook groups out there. If you're looking for a certain, study group, if you will, and there is constantly questions about Social Security. And Thomas is out there and he is answering questions left and right. So that validates to me the tremendous opportunity that our agents have in becoming a real know-it-all when it comes to Social Security planning and what that can look like. So as you're going through and listening to Thomas tell you what this program allows you to do, which is, incredibly robust. These guys have done some very serious homework and put together a wonderful platform for you to do this with. But think about your practice. Think about your clients. And I want you, and I'm not going to steal any of Thomas's thunder, but you need to think that this could be a way for you to grow your revenue. And I'm speaking in terms of growing revenue, even if it's not an insurance sale, but being that person in your community that makes you a massive resource that generates and increases revenue for your agency, for yourself. And so I want him to go through that. Know that the Q&A inside this webinar is open. Throw in any questions you have. There is no question that's not worthy of being typed in there. We will definitely have time at the end to answer those. We're not keeping you on this webinar for an hour and a half. We're going to get through this information, but I want to stop talking. I want to let Thomas go through and talk about this program. And I think you're going to be very pleasantly surprised. So Thomas, thank you again for joining me on round 2 at the end of May after Memorial Day. I know everyone's probably slugging through this week, but thank you for joining me after a long weekend and doing this presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Angie. And thank you everyone for coming on today. And I know, everyone is kind of pressed for time. Everyone's got a lot of things going on. So I do appreciate you coming on. And, if you think about as agents, who, you have obviously AHIP coming up and AEP. So, with that being said is what can we do now to better prepare ourselves for that opportunity, right? And so as I'm talking to you about this program, I'm talking to you more as a peer, right? Because I do Medicare myself as well. And I want to kind of talk to you about how I've been able to integrate this into my practice in a way that is helpful for you to kind of understand, hey, is this right for my business? And do I want to integrate this as well? And so we're going to go through the program. I'm going to tell you about the ins and outs. I encourage you to ask any questions that you have and hopefully kind of get you excited about how you can start to use this to grow your business. So a little bit about me. I am the Director of Strategic Partnerships for the RSSA program. I'm also a husband and father of three young children. I actually just had a newborn, so I'm kind of wired of no sleep. So if you're a parent, you can probably understand. I also have a master's in financial management from Long Island University, where I am from, Long Island, New York, which is where our headquarters is. And then my contact information here, feel free to take a screenshot or a picture of this if you want to contact me. I'll also go ahead and just throw that quickly in the in the chat, so that if you want to contact me with any questions that you have, feel free to do that at any time. I know a lot of times is we go through this presentation, but you might have specific questions about how you can integrate this into your practice. So feel free to give me a call or send me an email after this, and I'm happy to answer any additional questions that you have as well. Now, what is the RSSA program? So for those of you who haven't heard about the RSSA program before, it's really important to know that we provide you with a complete turnkey Social Security program, giving you the education and training to assist your prospects and clients with their Social Security decisions. Now, as an RSSA, you're going to be able to be that reliable resource to build client trust, rapport, relationships, because you're going to be able to help your clients understand something that not a lot of agents and advisors out there are able to help their clients with. That's the types of benefits they're eligible for, whether that's retirement, spousal, survivor, dependent benefits. It's also going to help you understand some of the rules and pitfalls around Social Security so that at the end of the day, you're able to genuinely help your clients with this other important retirement decision, opening the door for Medicare, life insurance, annuities, or any of the other ancillary product sales that you're currently providing. Now, we give you everything from the education. We have our own training, which after you get certified, you can join us for weekly training. Everything you can do and should do to successfully integrate this into your practice. We have our own proprietary software technology that we'll talk about today. We have all of the marketing material that you need to market yourselves as Social Security professionals. And then we have very comprehensive support. So if you ever have any client cases or questions that you need help with, if you need help with how to market yourself, where to market, the marketing materials that we have, we're here to help you with everything that you need so that you can be successful doing this. Now, a lot of agents will ask, why they should do this, or how does this help me as an agent? How will this help my business? Well, if you think about, let's just say we're trying to target T65 leads. That 65-year-old is getting mailers, flyers, they're seeing TV ads. Every agent around them is trying to sell them the exact same products. So, how does that 65-year-old, and as agents, how do we think about differentiating ourselves so that we can get that particular client or get in front of clients in a completely unique way? Well, that's where Social Security comes in, right? Because not a lot of agents and advisors are really helping their clients with Social Security, you'll be that unique advisor, and it'll open the door to Medicare and other sales opportunities. And if you think about the baby boomer generation that we're trying to really target right now, that's 12,000 people retiring every day. What better topic to lead in with than Social Security, right? It's in the news. There's a lot of clickbait. There's a lot of misinformation. And so if you can be that reliable resource for them, think about the trust and relationship you're going to build with them, which is going to lead to sales, opportunities, referrals, reviews, and all these things that can transform your business to that next level. Now, there's two different models that you can go down using this program. You could decide to learn about Social Security and use this as a value add to your prospects and clients, but you can also charge a fee for your services. And we have RSSAs in the program who charge $400 to $600 on average for just their Social Security planning, and then are also able to increase their other sales opportunities thereafter as well. Now, a little bit about agent success through the RSSA program. And I think these statistics are really helpful to understand if this program is the right fit for you, and not if you'll make your investment back, but how quickly, right? So 98% of agents have found RSSA to be extremely valuable to their business, $25,000 plus in increased revenue in year one, whether that's an increase in revenue from additional Medicare or other ancillary product sales, or even charging a fee for the Social Security services. And then we have in 2023, our RSSAs experienced a 10x return on their investment, measured just 90 days after the conclusion of passing their final exam. So it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when that you'll make back your investment, plus some, and continue to use this in a way that's going to transform your business. Now, we have a very simple structure to success. And a big thing for us as an organization is that we want you to be successful if you decide to do this. And that's including the education and getting you through the educational course and program, passing the final exam so that you can become an RSSA. And then the most important part here is the integration, right? If you go through this program and you spend the time and investment that it takes, we want you to be able to be successful and how you can integrate this into your practice. Aside from that, the weekly training that we provide to you, which gives you step by step everything you can do and should do to integrate this into your practice, we also have all of the marketing material and everything that you need to successfully market yourselves as those Social Security professionals. Now, the program is also approved for continuing education credits by Broadridge, FI360, NASBA, the CFP board, and the IRS. And then for insurance CE as well, we're approved in just about every US state except for Alaska, Louisiana, Minnesota, and New Jersey. Those states just simply haven't bought into the whole online platform yet. So we haven't been disapproved. We just haven't gone for approval because of that reason. And then depending on the state that you're in, it's usually around 9 credits. So an extra add-on bonus to enrolling in the program as well. Now, I know a lot of people are more hands-on visual learners. So you have 2 different options to go through. You can join the program and do the online self-study course, or you can also join us for our live module trainings. The dates and times are on the screen here. So I'm going to actually provide you with that as a follow-up. Angie and I will send out a follow-up email with these dates and times so that you have them. But go ahead and take a screenshot or a picture if you'd like to write these down. But this is the way where you can, join these sessions and get through the 5 modules and get certified that much quicker and easier. So if you're more of a hands-on visual learner, definitely take advantage of these upcoming sessions. Now, once you get through the 5 modules, you'll be ready to sit for the RSSA final exam. The exam is independently proctored online, so you don't have to go to a proctoring center. You take it out of the comfort of your own home or office, similar to what we're doing here right now, where as if I'm your proctor, I'm just watching you, making sure you're not cheating. And it's given every second and fourth Tuesday of each month. Now, you get to choose any time throughout that day to take it that best fits your needs. And there's 2 parts to the exam. The first part is multiple choice, and then the second part are 2 case studies using the software. Now, you just need a 75% to pass, and we do have a 95% pass rate on the first try, meaning that out of 100 people that take it, 95 will pass on the first try. Being part of Producers Excel in this webinar, you're going to get a second exam try at no additional cost if need be. And also, we actually reach out to you and let you know what you got wrong and what areas you need to study so that you can definitely pass the second time. Now, it's not an open book exam, but we provide you with a 3-page reference document. You can see here on the screen. We give you all of the numbers and charts and everything like that, so you don't have to memorize everything off the top of your head, and that's why we have such a high pass rate as well. Now, as far as integration, aside from the weekly training, like I said, we also provide you with all of the Social Security marketing content that you need. This includes marketing templates for emails and letters. We have templates for you to reach out to centers of influence in your area for referral business relationships, for CFPs, CPAs, elder care attorneys, and others. We also have templates for you to reach out to unions and HR benefit groups. We've had RSSAs that get in front of unions and HR benefit groups of 100 to 200 employees, right? So that definitely is something that you want to consider as well. We have informational brochures and slicks. We have postcards for postal mail marketing. You can even use our lead vendors that have a very success rate on postal mail marketing and other things as well. If you do postal mail marketing, we have around a 2.6 to a 2.8% return. So if you send out 1,000 postcards, you can expect maybe 25 to 28 people to respond back, which is very good. We also have social media and website content that you can use. And we also have your own RSSA landing page. So every RSSA gets their own landing page where you can have your picture, you can put your reviews, you can put your professional profile, any upcoming events that you have. You can put an external website, scheduling a call link, whether that's Calendly or anything else that you might use. And then the most important part of this form is going to be the contact me form. And the reason is that every RSSA is put into our directory, and we have consumers that come to our website and they're looking for an RSSA in their area. So not only will this program help you with your own prospects and clients, but you're going to get leads naturally and organically through our website, and that's at no additional cost as well. Now, the biggest problem to that today is that we don't have enough RSSAs to cover all of these leads that are coming. So there's a problem in that we need more RSSAs to handle all these leads. And that's alone is a good reason to enroll in the program, is just getting leads at no cost. So as far as Social Security educational events, I really like to do the educational events. I do my local school district who does adult education. I do local libraries, 55 plus communities, online events, in-person events. I do it all. I love them. Get a huge attendance rate. Very high percentage of the attendees are very high quality leads, which is good. Um, we also have the slide presentations for you to use at the events. So you never have to create your own slides. They're provided to you. We have the speaker notes. We also have video training of our in-house team presenting so that you can learn best practices from the way we present as well, just so you have that in your back pocket. As far as the RSSA roadmap, which is our own proprietary technology, we wanted to create a very simple and user-friendly way for you to integrate Social Security planning into your business. And so we created this software that, from putting the client's information into it, whether they're single, married, divorced, widowed, dependents, it covers every kind of situation, and it'll automatically create that client's calculations, their benefit options, and even a personalized, tangible Social Security report that you can set a one-on-one appointment and go through it with them. And that opens the door for the relationship and Medicare and other sales opportunities as well. Now, again, it's really important that we emphasize our back office support, because just like you were starting out when you first started in your core business, just imagine you had a team to rely back on if you ever had a client case or question. We're here to help you with all of that, as well as things like how to market yourself, where to market, how to spend as little money as possible on getting, as many leads as possible. All of those things are covered with our program. And again, it's really important to us that if you're going to make the investment into this program, that you are successful, right? You don't want to just spend it, the money that it takes to go through it, which we'll talk about in a few minutes, and then not do anything with it or not make any money off of it. And which is why I really bring up that statistic of the 10x investment in the first 90 days, because you want to know, how can I make my money back if I'm going to spend the money on doing this, right? Now, the next thing I want to do is bring up the technology so you can kind of see what that looks like. So what you're seeing here on the screen is a sample RSSA page. This is just a sample account, but you can see that we have our weekly success training. We have an event manager to put on events. We have monthly meetings as well as those weekly meetings. The monthly meetings are specific to Social Security cases, updates of what's going on in the organization. We also have training specifically on the technology. As you can see here, the resources, we have marketing resources, member meetings, RSSA knowledge, client management tools. Again, every tool and resource for you to successfully integrate this into your practice. And then as far as the technology, if we go in and let's just say we want to first click on my clients, what's cool about this is that it's almost similar to a CRM where you can navigate the fields that you want to see. Right. So in this case, let me just go ahead and unclick these for now. All right. So this is what the screen would see at first, but let's just say we're selling Medicare. right? And we want to see two things. We want to see who is on Medicare. So we can click the Medicare and it'll add that column here. And you can see whoever is checked is in green, right? Now you want to see, okay, if they're not on Medicare, how old are they? So let's just say we add in ages. And now you could see when they're turning 65, right? You see a 64, 64, 64. They're not on Medicare. And so you can easily understand that when you're ready to talk to them about those decisions, right? So kind of an easy way to navigate your current clients. If we click on a sample case here, this information is already in here, but as you're going to see, it calculates everything you need in just a few seconds. If we click on information, the information that we're putting in is very simple and straightforward, whereas some things like name, birth date, marital status, work status, things of that nature, list if they're on Social Security already, if they're on Medicare, what kind of plan they're on, do they have a pension that may impact them, do they have eligible dependents that can collect? All of the general information is covered in the beginning. The only other thing needed is the client's earnings record. Now, most clients already have an account on the SSA.gov website. If they don't have one, we actually give them instructions on how to create one. And once they have an account, they can download their Social Security statement as an XML file. And we have the ability to upload that XML. We'll find the file in here and click open. And then it's going to automatically shoot that earnings record right into the software, which does the calculations. Now, aside from telling clients what their current benefits are based on their past earnings, we also have the ability to put in future earnings. So if clients plan to work another 2, 5, or even 10 years, we also have the ability to put in future earnings, which will tell them how much, if any, their Social Security benefit may increase based on those future earnings. Now, once all the information is in of that client and we click on calculate, it's going to create everything we need for that client. A key feature to the RSA roadmap is the filing options heat map. This shows every single option from 62 through 70. So instead of having to go in and type in, if they went with this option versus this, it gives you every single option so that you can see it in a monthly, annual, and lifetime benefit view. And if you click on any option within here, you can actually see the details of that option, whether they're eligible for a retirement benefit, spousal, survivor, dependent benefits. And as you can see, these are all shown annually, but if we click on any one within here, you'll see what those monthly benefits are as well. We also have the break-even report, which allows you to see 4 different break-even options at once, or you can uncheck certain options if you just want to see 2. And then you could change the ages of collecting accordingly to see what that break-even is. We also have the PIA calculator, which actually shows the client how their benefits are calculated, which is something that Social Security doesn't do. But we want to make sure that the client knows we're not just getting these numbers out of thin air, right? So we actually show them how their benefits are calculated. And this is actually helpful so that they know how much they would need to earn in their future dollars, their future work, so that they can increase their benefits. We also have the tax calculator, which actually shows clients how much, if any, their Social Security may be subject to taxes in their retirement. And then a lot of Medicare agents love this new Medicare calculator, which actually calculates the IRMA. So it allows you to put in the tax filing status, whether that's joint, separate, or individual, and put the amount that they'll earn. We submit, and it'll actually shoot out how much IRMA they'll pay based on that as well. So a pretty cool IRMA calculator there. And then the most important part here is going to be downloading the personalized report. So we could download the report in either a Word file and make some edits or changes as needed, or you can download it in a PDF if there's nothing you want to change about it. And all you have to do is choose 3 different options that are compared with the maximize option. And once the options are chosen that you want, you can download that file and it'll create that personalized report. Now, just going through the report a little bit here, we have a template letter here that you can change as needed. We have the table of contents, some key information that the client should know, just some terminology, full retirement age, and things like that. We also explain the types of benefits they're eligible for based on what their circumstances are. We give them their annual and monthly heat maps so that they can see all of their options. We have a claiming option summary. So those 4 different options that we chose to compare when we created the report are put in a claiming option summary that shows the lifetime, annual, and monthly benefits. And it actually shows them when to file for those benefits based on those options as well. We talk about survivor benefits, and not just the survivor benefits when someone passes, but the significant impact the survivor benefit has with the spouse's decision today, and how that decision of one spouse can impact the survivor benefit of the other spouse later on. We also have a lifetime benefit chart based on a projected life expectancy, but we also give longevity comparisons. The number one concern for most retirees is outliving their funds. So if we can help them understand and optimize when they take Social Security, we can offset some of those concerns. We also give them information on what to know before deciding on a strategy and how to apply for benefits. As an RSSA, you can help your clients apply for Social Security benefits as well as Medicare A and B if you choose to do that. And then we give the 4 different options that we chose in more detail here at the bottom. So kind of very simple and straightforward of a report. The software technology is very easy to use. We want to make it easy not just for you as agents, but we also want to make it easy for the end user, the consumer, which is what we've done a great job doing. And lastly, what we want to just talk about is the pricing. So if you go to rssa.com/producersxl, you can get a significant discount to the program. If you purchased everything we just talked about individually through our website, it's a total fee of $3,379. You get that through Producers XL for just $1,950. And this is everything you need for the first year. This will give you the course, which is the online and the live training. It'll give you the exam and a second try if you need it. It'll give you the software, and it'll give you the first year RSSA membership. After that, the only required fee is 12 months later and every 12 months after, which is the $479 membership. That'll give you the software, the back office support, the weekly training, the marketing, everything you need to maintain your RSSA. So to get that discount, you can go to rssa.com/producersxl and take advantage of that today. Angie, do you have anything that you would like to add to any of that at this time? And then we can answer any questions if they come in.
Thomas, I tell you what, every time I hear about this program, it makes me so excited. And I know everybody that listens to the recording or is on this webinar, they know I'm going to circle it back, but you made me think about everyone worries about outliving their income. And that's a really valid concern, because you look at all the studies out there and Americans are not saving enough money.
Right.
And a lot of them are solely depending on their Social Security, or some additional supplemental income. And so we start thinking about who's giving them their advice, right? Is it the coffee talk? Is it the, I'm going to take it early, I know I should delay? I mean, I just can't think that this, I mean, we believe so much in this that we do believe that we're going to have a couple of people, if not 3 folks from our agency alone, go through this, because I think it allows you to open up so many more conversations with your clients. And you'll decide. A lot of the questions I've had previously, I don't have any open questions right now, but it's like, how do I know what to charge and how do I know when not to charge? Or that's, I've got clients that I've worked with before. My question to you, Thomas, is, in your natural practice, what's your age that you're targeting? Because I feel if we're looking at age 64, right, we might get them prior to Medicare, but I almost feel like it could be younger than that yet, to kind of preemptively put them on that path. Because we see a lot of folks that are, like, I'm 53, and I mean, I'm not thinking about Social Security, but I know it's in the, I guess what I would deem to be the somewhat near future, because everybody starts at some point. Like the difference between you and me, you've got little ones, I've got a grandchild. So I'm
Right.
at the stage in my life where I'm starting to look forward, and it's all about me, not about raising children, supporting them, and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
What's the sweet spot to maybe start talking to them, and then they become an RSA, you plan their Social Security, you can charge for that service. I feel like that would almost lock them in to be your client when they get to that Medicare age. They won't forget you. How do you do
That is a big part of my business, is really building a future pipeline of opportunities, which I started many years ago. So those people now are at, T65 age. So, it does help with immediate T65 sales, but at the same time is we want to try to get ahead of other agents, right? So helping people at 62, 63, 64 is really what I like to do. That way I'm building a huge pipeline of future business. And again, they come to me because I've already helped them with this other decision. So, and I keep in touch with them every year. So my targeted demographic, especially if I'm doing like either Facebook ads or Google ads or even like postcards and like sending that out, it's usually between 62 and even past 65. I'll do like 66, 67. And the reason for that is a lot of people aren't necessarily on a Medicare plan yet because they're still
it?
working.
Mhm,
But they also most likely have a younger spouse. So you kind of
mhm.
get both, right? So I like to do 62 to 66 is really the sweet spot. And from there, I get a ton of Social Security and Medicare business and, other things. I know there's some agents who do life insurance, annuities, and all of that as well.
Well, and that's not to say that this can't open up sales not around Medicare. I mean, you're going to be uncovering, because all of a sudden they see you as the Social Security expert. They're going to then see you as the Medicare expert. There's nothing saying that they're not going to come back and say, you know what, I always did need a little bit more life insurance. Maybe it's a final expense, maybe it's a
Right,
variable policy, maybe it's not. Maybe all of a sudden we're going to open up conversations about the sunsetting of the estate tax issue. And
right.
I mean, there's so many other things, but I love that. And you touched upon one other thing so many times, and I feel like it's changed a little bit now, but so many people are just like, do you offer leads? Do you offer, I mean, they're asking me that. Do you have leads? Do you have a lead program? I need leads. The hardest part about being an independent insurance agent is prospecting. Well,
Yep.
this, just like you said, allows you to prospect, charge for your service, and then lock them in as an insurance client if you don't already have them. Because what if all of a sudden you're having these conversations and the person you're talking to says, hey, look, I've got a 45-year-old son, I've got a 35-year-old daughter. Does that mean you should walk away from that? That could be a disability income sale. I mean, you could have some generational planning going on, talking to them about that. So I mean, I just see lots and lots of opportunities just learning about the Social Security program. So many people are like, oh, Medicare, it's a pretty easy program. No way. No way. I mean, it's complex. And if you think Medicare is complex, Social Security is complex. There's a
Right.
lot of rules around that. Why not invest in yourself, get the education, find the opportunities inside your book, find out opportunities in your community to be able to do this? And I just think it's a wonderful opportunity. I've got a couple questions here. If we want to do the trainings you mentioned, but we can't make the one of 5 of them, are they recorded?
Yeah, so great question. So all of them are recorded, and as long as you register, they'll be sent directly to your email right after the call is over, so you can watch it on demand at any time.
Fantastic. Next question. Are you picking which RSA gets leads, or are prospects sorting through the RSAs that are approved on your website?
So yeah, how it works is that the leads come to the website, and we have a bunch of links that they can click on to find an RSSA in their area. So how it works today is the more leads that you end up getting, the better reviews that you have. You're most likely to be searched first. So it's important to get those reviews. But yeah, it's random. They actually choose you.
Mhm.
But I think that's a good thing because for just having good reviews and everything will shoot your name to the top, and people will start to search for you more and more than other people.
Yeah, I know in this computer, digital world we live in, it's easy to do business anywhere, really. But I do also believe that folks approaching that Medicare space, they do kind of like the demographic location. They like that maybe you're in the proximity or you live in the same state that they
Right.
live in. So, I mean, I think that would be a huge plus as well.
Well, you know what too is like people ask for leads and T65 lists. Yeah, we got to figure as agents that that list has been gone through many, many times, and by the
Yes.
time we're reaching them, it's like they don't even answer. It's the same story. So, like I said, that's a reason I love to get people before 65. Get 62, 63-year olds, even early 64, because they haven't really been approached yet. They don't
Hmm.
really know what's coming. And I like to tell them, hey, you're going to get all this mailers and all that.
Yep.
Just ignore all that. I'll help you. Don't
Yep.
worry.
Yep. Put it in a nice little basket and I'll weed through it for you, which basically means you're going to take it and throw it in the trash because
Right.
you would have
Exactly.
answered all their questions. And
Right.
and you did mention, Thomas, you mentioned something else. We again, back to this digital world we live in, you mentioned Google ads and Facebook ads, and postcards and seminars. There are so many ways to make yourself a resource in your community. I mean, Facebook seems to be a really, really good way to get leads and building this funnel approach to stay in contact to get them to drop into your funnel of leads.
Yep.
Because algorithms are a real thing. My husband is so not tech savvy at all, and it drives him crazy. He follows our nephew on Twitter with some baseball, and he's like, Angie, I don't even know these people. Why are they liking this and stuff? And I went, it's called an algorithm, dear. It's an algorithm, right? So what you're doing with Facebook and Google, it's all algorithm, and you can buy these programs to do that. And then all of a sudden
Yep.
you're finding in all of these organic. It's so much better to build your own organic lead system than it is to go out and buy a list because those lists have been sold, and resold.
Yeah.
So I love
And
that.
the most success I've had is the school districts. I have
Mm,
two local high schools and one local college that I do adult education classes at. I spend no money on it because the school sends out the brochures and the emails. They invite the teachers, the staff, and the community members, and they get me in front of at least 10 to 15 leads every single month per school. It's just like it's so easy and it costs no money. So I think that I'd rather if someone gave me a list, a T65 list or whatever, I wouldn't even waste my time with it. It's just to
mhm,
me, it's just I don't want to. I'd rather not call cold leads that
right.
are have been called 100 times. I'd rather, I that's why I like events because you're not just selling the product or the service. You're selling
Mhm.
yourself, right?
That's
You're
right.
showing your personality. You're showing how much you care about
Right.
their futures and everything. And even as a younger generation type of person, I talk about my parents and how, their
Mhm,
decisions were made, before I started doing this and they made mistakes and everything. And all of that is really important. So, um, that's why I think this program is great. I could say that. And I mean, obviously I work for RSSA, but it's helped me in my own business, right? So
mhm,
when I teach agents is to use RSSA to help their business,
mhm,
I was an RSSA and got all of this clients asking me about Medicare and other things I can help with. So I wanted to do that to better improve, my clients, right? So it's kind of opposite, but again, it just shows that it goes hand in hand both
mhm.
ways.
I agree. Thomas, I don't have any more questions. I want to thank you so much. This recording is going to go out and we're going to host it on our website and we'll do some continued follow-up because I know a lot of times the big rush is, oh my goodness, I can't make next month's meeting. I can't commit that kind of time. Um, and I want people to know that just because they can't make that commitment doesn't mean that this isn't on their agenda. Some people are great self-study and some people, like you said, are more hands-on. Let me just kind of hear it. Um, but even if you want to explore, look at it, just kind of review some of the content, again, rssa.com/producers XL. It's the only place you're going to get this massive discount. So go ahead, go out there, ponder that, find out if this is something that you can put into your practice. If you think it will grow your business, we want to help you do that. So Thomas, thank you so much, and we'll be in touch.
Sounds good. Thanks,
All
everybody.
right.
Have a great day.
Bye bye.